Squid Game Season 3 just gave us the most emotional, intense, and mind-blowing finale yet. A baby wins the games. Gi-hun sacrifices everything. And in the final seconds, the games go global. But here's the twist. What if Gi-hun isn't really dead? Stay tuned for some recap just for you, and a bonus theory at the end. You might not want to miss it. But before we dive in, spoiler alert! This video covers everything that happens in Squid Game Season 3, including the ending. If you haven't finished the season yet, you might want to pause, save this video, and watch it later. Part 1. The Recap. Season 3 picks up after the failed rebellion in Season 2. Gi-hun returns, not to win, but to take the whole thing down from the inside. He's not alone. Detective Junho is back. Newell joins undercover, and new players are brought in, including a pregnant woman named Junhee and her partner Myungi. The games this time, even more brutal. Part 2. The Final Game. The final round has only 3 contestants left: Gi-hun, Myungi, and Junhee's newborn baby. Yes, after giving birth in the middle of the games, Junhee dies, and her baby becomes a contestant by default, inheriting her player's number. Will she inherit her mother's tragic death as well? We'll dive into it later. The rules of the game: each player stands on a platform in the sky. The games won't begin until someone presses the button. If no one does, they all dies. If someone presses it, it's applied to the last person standing. Myungi snaps. He attacks Gi-hun, but slips and falls before the game starts. His death doesn't count. That leaves only Gi-hun and the baby. Part 3. Gi-hun's Sacrifice. Gi-hun holds the baby. She's crying and helpless. He knows the system won't show mercy. The only way to save her is to win the game. But instead of fighting for his life, Gi-hun starts the game and then jumps himself. No struggle, no hesitation, just sacrifice.
우린 말이 아니야. 사람이야.
With that, Gi-hun gives up his life, and the baby becomes the only player to win without harming anyone. Talk about being born and being a billionaire real quick, winning the game she never knew she played. With that amount of money, perhaps she can even live her entire life without having to look for a job in the future. Is that indeed a blessing in disguise? Part 4. The Aftermath. Once the game ends, everything collapses. Newell burns the player files and escapes the island with survivors. 6 months later, Junho escapes with a baby and Gi-hun's hidden prize money. And the frontman, well, he disappears, but not before he makes one final move. He visits Gi-hun's daughter in Los Angeles. He hands her a bag. Inside is Gi-hun's game tracksuit and millions in a card. It's his way of saying Gi-hun keeps his promise. Part 5. The Twist. Global games begin. In the last scene, a new recruiter is spotted on the streets of LA. They're playing Dakji, the red and blue envelope flipping game. And the recruiter, surprise, it's Kate Blanchett. That's right, the games are now expanding beyond Korea. The next round might not just be a sequel, it could be an international franchise. Now here's the part you're all excited to know. Part 6. The Theory. Here's the big question. Is Gi-hun really gone? We never see his body. The camera cuts before he hits the ground, and the frontman personally delivers his belongings to his daughter, something he's never done for any other player. What if Gi-hun was saved? What if the frontman pulled him out at the last second, faked his death, and is now training him to become part of the system, or maybe to destroy it from within? Could Gi-hun be alive, hidden, and planning to bring down the games for good? Now for the final part, the bonus theory. Alright, here's a theory you probably didn't expect. What if the baby wasn't just a last-minute player, but part of something much bigger? Let's look at what we know. The baby was born inside the game. She technically never signed up, never made a choice. And yet, she's the one who wins. The system lets her live. No guards intervene. That's rare. Some fans believe the baby could be part of an experiment, planted or allowed to win on purpose. Maybe the creators wanted to test what happens when true innocence wins the game. No lies, no betrayal, no violence. Others think she could be used in the next generation of games, raised in secret, trained, or even turned into a symbol of a leader later on. Was the baby a true winner, or just the beginning of a much deeper game? Let me know what you think about the Season 3 of Squid Game's ending. Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because in our next video, we're diving even deeper into fan theories about the characters. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.